us. Because we don't got
Cypher
no sponsors
Sisters,
yet.
baby. Cypher
You feel
Sisters.
me? And we're really happy to be here. I'm just joking around, messing around. But we're really happy to be here. This week's topic, we're gonna be talking about why is it so hard to make friends as an adult? Because I don't know, you remember being a kid and just making a friend wherever you go.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but that don't happen to me anymore.
No,
So
it's
I'm
really hard.
definitely looking forward to getting into the topic. But before
Yeah.
we do that, what you smoking on, Malika?
Actually, I'm drinking on some tea, and I've got some what kind of strain? It's got elderberry. What else? I put something else in there. Elderberry, lavender, and yeah, and some GSW. So yeah, I got some from a neighbor. Um and yeah, man. He bought me some honey and some tea, and I just some honey and and I kind of blended it, and it was good to go.
Yeah,
It's
that's what's up.
delicious. Yeah, it's got me feeling right, as y'all can tell right now.
Yeah,
Like,
you can
yeah, I
definitely
be
tell.
rocking my earrings today. Ah,
Ow,
about to be by my
cute.
sister Rachel Saylor. But anyway, look, I'm excited about today's episode as well because it is episode number 13, and 13 is my favorite number. And
Hey.
so, because I was born on the 13th, Friday the 13th, and I fucks with 13 all the way around. Friday the 13th was a good day for me. Fuck Jason.
That's what's up. So I'm not smoking on the show today, but I definitely did partake before I came on. Once again, my bosses are in the building and they are running me ragged. So yeah, I had to take a moment to myself. But my strain of the week is called Gelato 33.
Okay.
I know y'all have heard me say Gelato 35 before. I've had that, but I'm having 33, and it's a hybrid, of course. Has 20% THC. It is a cross between Sunset Sherbet and Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies,
Mm.
and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. It will not make any of my top lists, but it's a good, it's a good get you by strain. That's what I
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. So GSC, there's my pick. Hey, there's the bud. Hey.
You said GSW, just so you know.
Oh, Girl Scout cookies. My bad. My bad. Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck GSW is. You
I
see
don't
me,
know
Girl
either.
Scout
I
cookie
was
got me
like,
fucked
okay, that
up.
must be a new strain.
Hey, man. And yeah, it must be. But it's got everybody's had Girl Scout cookies, especially if
Of
you're on the East
course.
Coast. So mint flavors, sweet, pungent, makes you hungry. I am feeling a little hungry, happy, and a little giggly. So I like those giggly strands before I come on board. So
We both had a little bit of taste of Girl Scouts today.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. So that's our Girl Scout. And as Rachel said, the THC level is what? Would you say it was for yours?
20%.
Yeah, I only got 19. I got one CBG,
Oh,
and
nice.
yeah.
I love it when the peripheral cannabinoids are there present too. So that's dope.
Yes. So I am happy about it. Man, it's been a rough week. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a rough week all around. How you feeling, huh?
I'm feeling good. I don't have anything to complain about. I'm doing my
Mm-hmm.
best. I'll be honest with you, it's a better week for me than it was last week.
Okay,
So yeah, that's something.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
So you want to get into the legal before
Yeah,
we
we
get to
can.
our
We
topics?
can. So look, Colorado passed a bill to regulate psychedelics. Excuse me, Rocky, beat it. Hawaii passed a concurrent resolution calling on Governor Green to create a clemency program for folks who have been convicted of marijuana charges in the state,
As they should.
as they all should. As they
Yeah.
all should.
Yeah.
Um, Nevada passed a resolution urging Congress to federally legalize cannabis. Texas House of Representatives votes on the bill to decriminalize cannabis today. So, Texas, I'm rooting for you. I hope y'all come strong and come through. Y'all could really use the money out here. So, let's do some shit. New York Assembly scheduled joint hearing on banking issues. So, that's what's up. Now we're starting to talk about banking.
Mhm.
Um, Yeah, Wisconsin didn't even send the bill up for vote, or they voted on it and they knocked it down. And so,
Wow.
that's still, the Midwest is going to be hard too. Let's
Yeah,
just keep it a buck.
I would think so.
The Midwest and the South are going to be the hardest places for us to decriminalize marijuana, you know. And I put on my notes, still struggling, because it's like, Wisconsin has always been one of those strongly anti-Black people states. And so because of that, that's probably why we're struggling with this shit, right?
Yeah.
And Louisiana, back to the South, rejected a cannabis legislation bill. And that's what we got. So that's what I mean when I say it's been a horrible week, man. It's been some bullshit
Did
happening
you
around.
see that Colorado laid off a good I think 28% of their cannabis workforce?
Really? Wow. No, I didn't.
And it's while other states are hiring, so it's I don't know why. Like I couldn't, the article didn't find like a common thread as to why that was happening, but I just thought it was interesting.
And meanwhile, in Italy, they've got the military growing weed or cannabis, and they had to stop production because they just don't have enough people to do it.
Wow.
So Colorado, if y'all looking for jobs, check out Italy.
Wow.
Because it's gonna take the U.S. to feel it in their pockets before they start to do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the states that have climbed on board, those are going to be states that people are moving to.
Yeah.
In droves. Because people have autistic kids, people have issues.
I mean, that's what happened in Colorado. A whole bunch of people were flooding Colorado, like moving there, living out of their cars, living in hotels because they could get what they needed for their children, in those spaces.
Which is absolutely crazy. Like, why in the heck do I have to move to a whole nother state for the safety and the comfort of my child? That just makes no fucking sense to me. And if anybody's watching, government, y'all need to do something.
If they watching, they not watching because they want to do something.
They probably not. But there are some out there. There are some states that are making some serious strides, and I applaud those states. But like Louisiana, Wisconsin, y'all better get on board. Y'all better get on board. Because Louisiana, you could cut crime in half.
And y'all could use the revenue.
Thank you very freaking much. Y'all out there jumping on people for a dime bag. Well, not even dime bag, an eighth of cannabis now.
Because I was about to say, who's selling?
Who got dime bags, man? Hey, some of these plugs is some of these plugs
I do not want to be dealing with a gifter that's out here giving dime bags, please.
I mean, if that's all I got, to work with me, brother or sister. But yeah, so that's what I have on cannabis related news and legislation for this week.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. So I just wanted to quickly talk about the video that you sent me because it talks about going back into last week's topic about Black women not being safe, and also ties into these white supremacists now, I mean, not now, just being real more bold and blatant. So the video you sent me of the white girl who was in a supermarket talking mad shit and called the Black girl the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
And then they chase her ass down and beat her ass in front of her Black boyfriend. And
wait a minute, she had a Black boyfriend?
Did you not watch the end when they beat her down and the Black boy was protecting her?
I totally zoned out on that part. Yeah, just because you fucking a Black man don't mean
so. And that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So, and and
the fact that he would protect her,
a lot of things happen, right? Hold on, but I know you want to say
something. Go ahead.
A lot of things happen in that moment. So they finally catch up to her. She's outside of her hotel or wherever the fuck she is because her bag's she had suitcases and shit in front of where she was, as they pan around the camera. So they pan up, they come up to her. She's sitting next to a Black guy. They oh, you want to call us, N-word now. He's like, she did what? But then he still goes on to protect her and defend her. After a while, though, he got out the way. And they definitely got their Mayweathers and Hayweathers.
They got tanked out.
And she was really, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
They date our men and still hate us.
No, they do that. It's not even also the hate. It's the attitude of like, you got one up on me. Like, bitch, the nigga that you got, don't nobody want him. That's why you have him.
Facts.
Simmer the fuck down.
Facts.
He's a reject from, okay?
Our whole community, apparently.
That's why you have him. Because he was a reject.
He was a reject, and that's why
don't let him tell you anything other than that, because and you should ask yourself, why is he with you?
Yes.
Because any black man that puts you on a pedestal and disrespect black women, he ain't worth a damn.
Nope, he's not.
He ain't worth a damn, and you shouldn't want him either, because he's fetishized your dumbass. But you
so let's talk about
but they fetishize them, so that's, you know what I'm saying.
That's what it is, and they can have them. And yesterday we were talking about Harry Belafonte, remember? And I was like, yeah, rest in peace, Harry Belafonte, but you had to educate me on some stuff. And I did not realize that he said no black woman could do anything for him. You know what I mean? And Eartha Kitt came out with some stuff about him too. And here's my thing. We're good enough to sleep with. We're good enough to have around. We're good enough to, play with and everything, but we're not good enough to marry. Is that what you told Eartha Kitt? Have you lost your fucking mind?
Yeah.
And so now he is probably not resting in peace. He's probably resting in misery simply because of the way that he hated his own people.
And everybody's gonna say, oh, Harry Belafonte, like you did, oh, he did all of these
wonderful songs. I agree.
And was an activist and whatever. I don't care about that. I always look at people's personal lives because it matters.
It does.
It matters.
And that goes back to like the R. Kelly thing, right? Like, can we still bump his music?
I don't.
But then that takes me to Michael Jackson.
I don't listen to Michael Jackson either. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bill Cosby, I don't watch the Cosby Show. Like, we could say, oh, they're coming after our black men, but here's the thing: just because they black does not mean that they can't be a predator. Like, let's keep it a bean. Just because they are affluent doesn't mean they can't be a predator. Like my guy, man, and I really, really was feeling this guy as an actor. Jonathan Majors. It's coming out that he is a domestic abuser. Now, I don't really know, and I'm not gonna speak on it, but I definitely am giving it the side eye because there's like put out text from the woman he supposedly, abused and called who called the cops on him, and he got charged for it. The texts are reading like she's scared and she's trying to, make him feel like it's okay, baby, don't worry, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're, what I'm talking about. Like when you're abused and you're trying to like not get in trouble because someone, exposed your abuse type situation. Like it was definitely given Stockholm syndrome. You know what I'm saying? She's like, it's going to be okay. This happened by accident type situation, like type of talk. I don't have it verbatim because it was just like in passing. I read it and it was like just side eye to this whole situation because this man is like on the rise, at the top of his craft. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now it's coming out that he's a whole ass domestic abuser and a piece of shit. Because you're a piece of shit if you're a domestic abuser. Like at the end of the day, a wife ain't your child. And
it's highly weird.
Anyone is, you feel me? Not okay. Period.
A lot of those folks is. But see, here's the thing: a lot of those people got secrets in their closet, so entertainment could be wiped away permanently. Usher was going around giving people herpes. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly.
It's just like
P. Diddy is a fucking whole predator, pedophile, rapist, you name it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like this.
But who really gonna? Okay, I don't mean to cheapen nobody's experience with P. Diddy, but for real, you gonna let that?
Girl, you need to go down the P. Diddy
I mean, but was he drugging
tunnel,
them before he
and
raped
you
them?
could see.
But was he drugging them before he raped them?
I'm not saying. Oh my god. I'm not saying nothing. I don't even like talking about this man because it just. I happen to like. I don't know. Sometimes on TikTok, like for my For You page, people who do like exposés, they come on my page and the receipts is check it out. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna say nothing else. Like I just don't even like. It's not. He's not a Cosby. We'll say that he didn't do a Cosby style, but at the end of the day, violation is violation. Is
No, I
violation.
get violation is violation, but I just don't. I guess because I'm a bigger woman, I'd have probably knocked the crap.
All right, let's talk about for a simple. No, it's because it goes deeper than that. This man is a powerful ass man abusing people, and his time, he hasn't had his Cosby moment yet, but it's coming. Don't you notice that every time he do something or he comes into the thing, he changes his name? That man got like now his name is Brother Love.
Brother Love.
Mm-hmm.
See, I still knew him as P. Diddy. That shows you how much I follow him.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, as a kid, I never liked him. Like watching him,
I never liked him either.
I never fucking liked him, and I like, you know what I'm saying.
And that's probably why I don't know what the freak is going on, because I just did not.
Yeah, I mean, if you grew up in New York, his ass was always around and always in the news and always on in the, you know what I mean, in the streets. His name is ring bells in the streets. Like his whole fucking party in the Hamptons was the shit when I was a teenager. Everybody wanted to be at that shit, and that was the fucking move for the summer. And if you went to that shit, you was somebody. But it turns out them parties was fucking sex parties, and it was just a bunch of abuse and debauchery going on. And it wasn't even, it's not only adults that was there, if you catch my drift. You feel me?
That's a damn shame. Okay. That's a damn shame. Like, if you're a child or have been abused in the past, I can see how you get caught up in something like this.
It's a damn shame. That's all I'm gonna say, and I don't want to say nothing else because when you are a person who tells the truth and are very observant, niggas will call you the conspiracy person, and I'm not really trying to be looked at in that light. I'm definitely a person who's very aware of shit that's happening around me in this world, but y'all ain't about to label me conspiracy person. I'm just the side eye, I told you person. So when Diddy has his moment where his shit get exposed and y'all see the fucking atrocities that he been doing on people, and Cassie maybe makes her breaking free of Diddy video, and his kids finally talk about how he killed his baby mother, Kim. Oh yeah, you know that nigga killed her, but we're not even gonna go there. Go look at the
I just don't. You know what? I'm probably not gonna go look
if you look at that I'll be sure what happened to him right after he said that Diddy killed. Why he ended up in the hospital with collapsed lung and everything. Oh,
see? I don't follow Diddy like that. I was never a fan of I'll Be Sure.
I don't follow him either. This shit just pops up in the peripheral, and I make mental notes of it because I'll be like, "Oh, that nigga killed her." Like when she died, I said that, but it's not my business. It's not my business. The truth always gonna come out. Whether that's what I love about truth. No matter how much people try to bury that shit, no matter how much people try to turn it, twist it, flip it around, it's always gonna come the fuck out, and it's always gonna be 100%. Because the Most High see everything. We can't hide nothing.
Facts.
So everything we do comes the hell to the light, regardless.
Exactly. And so yeah, I'm a proponent, and it's funny that you say that because my fortune cookie yesterday said that everything in dark comes to light. And so some bullshit about to be revealed, and I guess I'm about to feel some bullshit or see some bullshit because it was my cookie.
Or maybe it has nothing to do with you.
It may not.
Sometimes the darkness on a personal level could just be shadow work and not coming out to the light. It doesn't have to be something bad. You feel me? Like, you know, some things grow in dark. I mean, you know, I guess mushrooms, they're beautiful and people eat them. Then they come to the light. Like, I don't necessarily think of it in those terms where it's like, oh, your world is about to get blown up. But I mean,
not me specifically, but like something in my peripheral, in my vision, something's gonna happen.
Also, fortune cookies. Yeah. But, hey.
I don't believe in them. I don't play my numbers off of them. But yeah, I look at them. I'm curious. I am curious.
So we could talk about, before we get into the main topic of
Yeah.
the show, let's talk about this TikTok that's going around with the woman who's talking about touch starvation,
Simulation.
touch deprivation, right?
Yeah.
So you sent it to me and I had seen it like weeks ago, and it's starting to really make a go around because you weren't the only person who like was talking about it. This
Yeah.
woman, she was crying and I felt her, and she was talking about like how she starved for touch, and she wasn't talking about in a sexual way. She wasn't talking about, you know what I mean, she was just talking about like everyday touch from another human being that loves her. And it broke my fucking heart to see the pain that she was in. But it also sent me like on a super duper deep dive because it's something that we take for granted. We take for granted, but we need so much as human beings. We take that shit for granted big time. Big time. So because I actually like did a whole when I say I did a deep dive, I did a deep dive. Off, get off, go over there. I'm sorry, my boss is supervising me, y'all. You can see.
Mine was too. Now you sleep.
So let's talk about identifying, like recognizing how you know you're suffering from touch starvation or deprivation, right?
Okay.
That said, so I got this from Healthline and from Psychology Today. So just so y'all know, it's not just some bullshit I'm just pulling off the web. Like I don't play that. I do real research when I do it, and I look for academic and sources that are whatever in their own industry. They're top of the line. They know their information. So there. That was my disclaimer. Um, so one, overwhelming feelings of loneliness and isolation. 2, difficulty sleeping.
Yep.
3, stressed out and feeling underappreciated. Hold on a moment, guys. I'm so sorry. While I'm doing what I'm doing, talk about, have you felt any of those?
Well, I will say that I guess through time, yeah. Yeah, I felt some of that. It's been different periods in life where you feel underappreciated. You're stressed. And you don't really have a person in your life that's capable of providing that for you, right? And I think me personally, I'm kind of a standoffish person. Like I don't like necessarily that much human contact. And so I think over the years I've kind of pushed people away so far that it's like, yeah, just, I don't feel like being bothered with this, or they feel like I'm going to be offended if they just walk up and touch me. And to some people I do feel that way. Like I gotta fuck with you for you to, or I gotta vibe with you in order for you to touch me. And so because with all these new diseases like COVID and stuff like that, I just don't want people in my face like that. That's just a personal opinion. Like I just don't like being that way all the time. But there are times when I could use a hug. And if I can use a hug, I usually get them from certain people that I value and that I trust within my personal community. But yeah, it's a hard thing.
You talked about like a lot of stuff, right? You talked about
Yeah.
being somebody who doesn't like but touch starvation still afflicts people who don't like to be touched as well. Like
It does.
we can't overlook that, right? So the reason why people feel touch starvation is because human to human touch releases oxytocin, which is like the love hormone, the bonding hormone. And if we are not getting that released regularly, because it's one of the happy hormones along with dopamine and serotonin, right? So if your body isn't releasing the right levels of that, of course you're going to start to feel off. You're going to start to feel, like just not right, right? Skin to skin contact is so important that is one of the main things that they recommend when a baby first comes out to help them regulate and adjust to the shock of being outside of the womb.
Yeah.
They tell you immediately, put your baby on your body and y'all just cuddle. And why? because of that. The release of the oxytocin is so freaking necessary. So touch calms our system, certain systems in our body. Like it calms our heart rate, it regulates our blood pressure. Like it's so important. And we kind of like, we're so programmed now as a society to not want to be touched, but not realizing like that's a big part of why we're so desensitized and inhuman, and we lack empathy and compassion because we're not connecting with one another in the ways that we were designed to connect with one another. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. I just think a lot of people like me are not into it, and that's probably why this society is so divided.
No, I
Because
agree
it's
with
like,
you.
you know, you can't. Yeah,
I
I'm
agree with
weary
you
about
because
who I'm
that's
hugging.
that's the flip side of it, right? People don't know how to touch each other, also,
Yeah,
right?
and sometimes it's abusive.
And that's what I was gonna say. So you think of something as simple as a hug, right? A hug is an exchange that, when it's reciprocal and equitable, it can be one of the most beautiful things and a great thing for your physical body overall, right? A great hug. So we're talking about a hug that lasts up to 20 seconds. You and the person are in the embrace and y'all are holding each other up to the point where y'all don't even feel the weight of one another's bodies. That's a great hug. And that's a hug that makes you feel amazing when you come from those type of embraces. I don't know about you, but I do. I love a good hug. Greetings, Empress.
Greetings,
Greetings.
Empress.
And but most people don't know how to give a good hug.
No, they
If
flop
you
on you.
notice, either they do the pat on the back.
Yeah,
I hate
the
that.
church hug.
They do that. They do my least favorite, which is they
Support
just
me
throw
all the
their
way
weight on
hug.
you.
Yeah,
I don't. That is I cannot stand hugs like that. I despise them. Okay, if I will not hug you again if you're that kind of hugger. Like,
I gotta tell you though, some
so if
people
you've
have to do
hugged
church
me
hug.
and I haven't hugged you since then, do not, just know that it's because you're a terrible hugger. The
Yeah,
end. Ruth, go back to the living
but I
room.
think certain people you have to do that with, right? Because there's just so many phony people out there too, and so
Yeah.
you may think this person's riding for you and they really not. And then when you find out that they on that bullshit, yeah, the next hug is gonna be a all right, nice seeing you.
I just won't hug you. I
I
don't like
probably
phony
won't
hugs.
either.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like a phony
I
hug.
think it
So
depends on the
I'm not
situation.
gonna do the pat on the back because I don't want you to do that shit to me. If you pat me, I'm all, like, my instant reaction is to shrug you off of me. Like
Good.
I don't even have like, and I do this all the time. Like I literally, because I can still feel the pat, and
It
it grinds
lingers
my gear. The
because you know it's
insincerity.
not a real hug. It
Exactly.
lingers
Exactly.
and it grinds you.
Exactly.
You're right. That's why
Yeah.
I hand them bitches out.
Yeah. Listen, Patty LaBelle.
I
Okay.
am definitely petty. I am a petty person. I think every Virgo I know is petty. I can agree with that. We have our petty moments, but we want you to know we know. Now, a good hug. I get good hugs from my kid and my grandson. And even some of the neighbors' kids come running up and give me great hugs. You know what I mean? I get decent hugs, or whenever we have the time, decent hugs from my husband. But usually I'm always getting a hug from like somebody younger than me. And it's weird. It's really weird. Yeah.
And yeah, so how do we combat? That's what I was gonna say. How do you combat touch starvation or touch deprivation, right? So shh, go get my phone. I
I
will
mean,
let.
maybe the people that you want to hug are not hugging you because they don't feel like you want to be hugged. You know what I mean? And
So,
some people
but
just weren't raised on hugs.
there's ways to deal with touch starvation. So let's talk about it from the perspective of you being a person who doesn't like to be touched, but
Yes.
you more or less curate your touches, right? When you want to be touched when you want to be touched, we'll call it that.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, I definitely want to be touched when I want to be touched. Um, I think some of the ways I'm gonna start trying something on my husband. I'm just gonna hug him every day, and I'm gonna count 8 hugs for 20 seconds.
So that's what
He'll
I was
probably
gonna
love that.
say. So so for the people who want to be touched when they want to be touched, they suggest that one, you get a pet. You get a pet. Connecting with a pet, like a cat or a dog, if you're that, however, whatever type of pet, but a cuddly pet, right?
I gotta tell
um,
you, my pet loves me,
so exactly,
and I wake up and I'm happy to see him.
exactly, exactly. So that's why they suggest it. Get a massage, get a manicure. These are like ways to curate the touches so that they're specific to your needs and to your
I like the manicure idea. I get more pedicures, and so yeah, I do enjoy having a good pedicure, man. Especially when the lady knows what she's doing, and you know the shop, and you know the cleanliness of it. I love getting pedicures.
I do too. I do
Yeah,
too. I love a good pedicure. That's definitely a good way to combat touch starvation. But honestly, like I just got lucky in that I have like 6 people, well, 5, because my oldest, I gotta like beg a hug out of him. So I'm not even like I'm on a hug strike from him because I'm like, if I gotta beg you for a hug, I'm not interested. When he get older and he misses me, he'll hug me then, and I'll just look forward to that.
there you
But
go.
the others, I get mad hugs. Like my 9-year-old, one of my 9-year-old twins, we have this thing going. She's a very affectionate person, and I don't want to kill that in her. I want her to hold on. I'm gonna respond to Empress's comment.
No, no,
I
go ahead,
want
keep
her
talking.
to be the type of person who is comfortable with like I want her to not be hindered by other people's bullshit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I don't want that to them to take away this beautiful thing in her that she's a very loving and affectionate person. She loves to show you. She's demonstrative of her love. She loves hugs. She loves kisses. She'll hold your hand. You know what I'm saying? She's the type of person that if she loves you, she's gonna show you through her actions. And I don't want her to change because someone hurt her or someone, shut a terrible experience shut down or someone's shitty ass reaction to her shut down that side of her. So we got this thing every like whenever we see each other, we do 20-second hugs. So she's like, Mom, hug time, hug time. So we just like, and I love it because I need it, and she loves it because she loves giving hugs. And
and she
so
needs it
it's
too.
beautiful. It's beautiful. And that's how somebody like me who doesn't like to be touched, and even my daughter who's super affectionate, helped me recognize what my issues were with affection and how to push past that. You know what I'm saying? So like it's dope. It's dope having this is just an aside. It's dope having children because they teach you so many things, but it's great for somebody who's touch starved or feels like they're touch starved.
Yeah.
You're definitely not going to be touch starved if you got a bunch of kids in your house cuz they love hugs and kisses.
All right.
Um, and then to Empress, yes, you can hug yourself or hug a tree, but the whole point is for you to, the whole point of this conversation is that we as human beings aren't designed to be alone. We're not designed to not connect. We're designed to connect. The Most High created us to connect with one another, to grow with one another, to partner with one another. Literally, it says that the Most High created Eve because it wasn't good for man to be alone. So he made a partner for her. Does not want us to be alone. He wants us to connect. Why do you think our bodies react the way that they do when we touch someone else in a loving and good way? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because it's what is supposed to happen. It was made to happen that way. So hugging yourself, like really hugging
I
a
mean, start
tree.
with, but maybe that's a fair start for some people.
Yes, it's a fair start, but like I think that's another conversation separate from touch starvation. Because
Yeah.
think about that girl who made the TikTok. Do you think she want to hear you respond with talk about hug a tree or hug yourself?
Well, I
She's
mean, it's different
talking
experience
about
for different people.
No, but that's not what I'm okay. So I'm talking about in terms of the conversation started because this woman is specifically talking about touch starvation. A tree cannot feed touch starvation. You touching yourself can't feed touch starvation. So let's not uh uh give those type of like the person who made that, the person someone who's crying out from touch starvation, they're not trying to hear that those type of solutions. You know what I'm saying? Like it almost comes off as like insensitive because that's coming from somebody who gets touched, who has a partner, who gets hugged, who gets kissed. So they're more talking about self-love. The person who's crying out from touch starvation is not somebody who's suffering from a lack of love of their self. You feel me? Like it's a lack of love, a lack of community around them. Because she was literally like, I don't have any sister friends who are who want to hug and embrace in that way. Because I was like, damn, what about a hug from a friend? You know what I mean? A girlfriend or a sister. And
Yeah.
she was like, basically, like she don't have that community, that type of community in her life. And it really, like, that's what I'm trying to tell you, it broke my damn heart because I know a hug from my sisters, like on a bad day when we meet up and we link and we
Yeah.
do those hugs, or when we haven't seen each other and we do the rock back and forth like this, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing like that that can replace that. So hugging yourself in a tree, nah, nah.
No, but and I agree with what you're saying. I think that I'm looking at it from both perspectives, though. I'm looking at it from people who just, because a lot of people don't really go outside. They really don't have people around them, and so they got to start somewhere.
And I hear you, but I promise you, the people who are thinking about touch starvation, they already done
They're
hugged
already past that
plenty of
point.
times. They are, you know what I'm saying? That's not. I don't think that's a really good suggestion at all. Honestly, no, Empress. I don't think you were trying to be insensitive.
At
That's
all.
why I didn't say. I said it could just come off as an insensitive comment if someone were coming from that space of feeling touch starved or touch deprived, because
Sure, there are
that's
hug groups out there now.
yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. For the people who
Join
do
a
like
hug
to
group.
be touched, there are cuddle parties.
Okay.
That's a thing. Cuddle parties. There's also these this tantric massage guys who like they have a whole a while back on Instagram. I don't know if you remember them. There were men and they would give women massages, like tantric massages. So it wasn't technically sexual. It was just so that they could feel the touch and the embrace of a man. Like so I gotta find them, but like there was like a whole it got so it was like going around so much that they started to make parodies where like it would be a fat guy doing a massage and the lady would be like ugh, because they only wanted the fine guys. But there are things out there for people, like you can
Hey, I
literally,
like a teddy bear.
so there are people who you can hire to just come cuddle with you for hours. Like you can,
Wow.
yeah, I saw that before.
Would you
There,
ever do that job? I'm just asking.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Me
no.
either.
I don't like touching that much. You feel me? Like I'm not touch starved, but I'm also not a big toucher. Like you know who I could see doing something like that? My 9-year-old as a job. She would love the shit out of that.
Oh
Like
yes,
I could
that'd be her
totally
best
see her
life.
doing that as a little side hustle. But anyways, her father probably wouldn't go for it. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't blame them because there's slackers out there.
They're also um yes, I
Yeah,
understand
exactly.
that. Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's very true, but you again, you are falling under the people who, are selective with their touching, and that's fine, but some people once again cannot afford to be
Selective anymore.
selective. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it
Like,
sounds like if she's crying on Instagram, she'd have made or TikTok, she's made her desperate plea.
yeah.
And that's a
Yep.
sad,
And I
sad place
hope
to
that
be.
she finds, but she's not, some people aren't even equipped with a voice to say, these are people who you end up seeing unalive themselves because they just felt so desperate and so alone. You feel me? Like human connection goes a long way. We think it's about money. We think it's about, but it's just about connecting and giving an ear and giving your time to someone. It goes a long way. A hug, a listening ear, some encouragement. That shit goes a long, long way. And the last one, y'all should go look this up. Because this lady, I actually learned about it because this woman did a duet with the lady who was talking about touch starvation. She talked about her. She said that she also had been suffering from touch starvation, so she went to something called the Tantra Fest in Atlanta. And like they have a whole bunch of different events surrounding touch, and she said that she went to a cuddle group.
Okay.
Like a naked cuddle group.
A naked cuddle group.
And it wasn't sexual. They all
I'm just trying to clarify what I heard.
Cuddling. Everyone fell asleep cuddling. It was like super platonic and PG, except for everyone being naked. And she was like, when she woke up, like that's how good the cuddles was. When she woke up from cuddling, she was like, the person that she cuddled with asked her if she was a professional cuddler because she was amazing.
She needed that. She needed that.
But it's insane how far away we've strayed from our natural way of being.
Yeah.
That we have to go in now, like pencil in cuddles and hire someone to
cuddle,
to touch our humanity. Like this world, good Lord.
I mean, but it's not, look, I don't even think it's the world. I think it's specifically this country. Because people get to spend time with their families. You think about it, the work day, you get up, you got to drop your kids off at school. You're gone for 8 hours. By the time you rush home, it's time to make dinner. By the time you do that, you already beat the hell.
Yeah.
And whether you got a man or not, you're still the one making dinner. And it just goes on, and it's a constant repeat like that. You don't really get a chance to, if you're a full-time working mom, you really don't get the chance to be around your kids like you like to be. You don't get to cuddle and touch them as often as you can.
Yeah, you're right.
And so it's like, because there have been times for my job, I'd be gone a month at a time.
Yeah.
But it's like, and my child had told me, Mommy, I miss you and I wish you were home. And I'm like, sweetheart, we got two choices. We can live in the car, or Mommy got to go to work.
Yeah.
And in other countries, they get siestas and things like that, where they're able to spend time with their family.
Prioritize their family.
They prioritize their family over money. America, this country, is built on people coming over here for the American dream, right? That's the corporate side. Everybody comes here to make some money. Nobody comes here just to live.
Yeah, you're right about that. You were very right about that. And it's so sad.
It's very sad.
Well, on to a new topic, but still in the same vein, because like what you said about living in this country, like making friends as an adult. Let's talk about it. Why is that shit so hard? It's hard. I don't care. Like I wasn't the best at making friends as a kid because I was like a super duper introverted weirdo. And when I eventually like would speak, kids would be looking at me like I've had that experience so many times. And now I know it's because, I'm a neurodivergent person and I just wasn't getting received in the way that I needed to be received.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It definitely was difficult. So once I made friends, like I definitely I held on to my friends. But a lot of those relationships, evolved and changed, and we don't all live in the same place anymore. So I don't get to see them. And I'm terrible with phone calls because I hate the phone. I hate talking on the phone. I'll text, but like texting can only take a relationship but so far. So
yeah, I'm not a good phone talker.
I don't have very many. Like I just literally made a friend last week. I just made one friend finally where I live, and I've been living here for, matter of fact, this is my second friend I made living here in Virginia, and I've been living here in Virginia for almost 9 years now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, no, 9 years. Last October it made 9 years me living here. Okay.
See.
And I have made 2 friends
In 9 years.
Friends in 9 years. One was because of work. Okay.
I mean, but that's where people meet people, either at work, social groups that they belong to, especially in this place.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to belong to a social group of some sort.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of friends, and I've been in Virginia for what, 20. I got here in 99.
Wow.
I had one friend, come to find out she was crazy, so I had to leave her alone. And then the bride don't like paying people back their money, so I had to let her go, with the demand that I still got paid. So for me, it was a lack of trust. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because when I enter a relationship with a friend, I give my all. And to have them shit on you after such a long time of knowing them or dealing with them, it's frustrating. And then you just don't want to be bothered. So that's one. I've made a lot of friends because I used to be a heavy motorcycle. I've made just about all my sisters that I joined with, I still talk to. Just about all of them.
That's awesome.
And we still get together and see each other and hugs and all that good stuff. You know, and every time in that community, every time you see somebody, you hug them. You know what I mean? So I guess I was overstimulated for a while because I was getting hugs all the time. Another way that I've met friends is just by joining groups and things like that. Like I said before, finding people with the same interests. That's why a lot of women of color are in these sororities and things like that, right? Because they're starving for some type of sisterhood, or they join social groups, or they join all types of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Community service is a good way to meet people, but it's really hard if you're trying to do it outside of those parameters.
Exactly. And that's what, so I actually went and looked at a couple of articles about like making a friend as an adult. The best advice I thought was from Psychology Today, because you know it was on a person who studies friendships.
Okay.
They wrote the article. So basically what you said about finding a community or creating your own community, joining different groups, joining, social spaces, because the key component that they talked about was like, as a kid, there's a spontaneity that and an expectation that wherever you go, you'll make a new friend.
Yeah.
Because there's spaces and places and
you go to the park.
The adventure
you
aspect
leave with like 5 friends. You come running in the house with 5 people from the park that, hey, we all thirsty, or hey, we need a glass of water, or hey, we want some candy, or hey, we're hungry. Usually when I used to trail, I come in with 2-3 people.
Exactly.
And then your mom be like, get out the house.
They make friends wherever they go. And I mean, like, it's like this. Especially the daughter who I was talking about, who loves to be affectionate, she make friends so quick.
Oh yeah.
So quick. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's me too, Empress. I'm blunt. I'm blunt as crap. And people don't know how to take my bluntness at times. People are often offended by me. Come on, baby. They are.
So there's another thing, right? They said the article also said to get set up like you would on a blind date. Like if someone knows someone that they think you will really click with, put yourself out there and ask to be set up on friend dates. And I think that's actually a good idea.
It is.
And then they also said friend app. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I tried the friend app route because I wanted to get some mom friends.
Okay.
Because again, like that's also a big part of making friends as an adult. It has to line up with your lifestyle and your availability. Yeah. And I'm a very busy mom and wife. You know what I mean? And that's like the dominant aspect of my life. Like I don't do shit without my kids unless it's
you got 6 kids.
Exactly.
I mean, that is a dominating part of your life. That's your life.
It definitely was weird trying to make friends on an app with other mom friends because they were weirdos and I just couldn't do it.
You know what I did when my kid was younger? I did play dates.
I do that. I do that sometimes.
But I never clicked with none of those women.
And that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I've done a couple of play date situations, and it just like the kids liked each other, but I wasn't. Me and Mamas was just not getting down with each other. Like,
well, I think for me it was part of the fact that I'm an African American woman, and most of the play dates or people looking for play dates are Caucasian.
exactly.
And so I have very limited in common with these ladies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't understand my life. They don't understand my struggle. They don't understand stuff. Yeah. Naomi, you're right, Naomi. And thanks for watching, Chad. One, kids are the same age. Yeah, that's easy because when you meet somebody and you're like, hey, I'm 5 too. We're going to play.
Exactly. Oh my God. You bond over being like the same age. It's a wrap. Y'all best friends now. We best friends. You 5, I'm 5. Don't bond over your birthday or your name. It's a wrap. Yeah. Y'all are best friends forever after that point.
But I see what she's trying to make. I see the point she's trying to make. 1, kids are the same age in the mommy groups. 2, y'all have something in common. Or 3, y'all live near each other. You only get 2 of the 3 though.
As an adult, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's usually 1 and 2 for me. So I finally so this new friend that I've made, I'm excited, but I'm also like, I don't want to overload them with all of the latent desire for connection that is present in me. So I'm like trying my best to like, you know what I'm saying? Not overwhelm them with my friendship, but like.
I think I did that to somebody. I totally overwhelmed them with my friendship.
And I'm still here. I'm just took off my camera.
Go ahead. Yeah, I overwhelmed my new friend because we were both Virgos. We connected. It was cool, but I think that there were some differences in the way we approach life. Like I'm an empty nester, and this young lady has about 5 kids, and so it was just I felt like I overwhelmed her as a friend, and now I kind of feel like she's ducking me. But I'm not. I don't chase my liquor. I ain't chasing nobody. So. So I think it was just like, okay. So I don't duck her. I'm out wherever I am. It's my property. I'm gonna be where I'm gonna be. But it just seems a little weird now.
So, yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
I don't bother with it.
I know myself, and I don't want them to get I don't want it to get to that space where they're feeling overwhelmed by my friendship, or I'm feeling overwhelmed by their friendship, because they're also just as excited as I am that they found a mom friend that they actually really are connecting with in a genuine and authentic way. Because that's another thing about like when you're a mom and you make friends with another mom, it also feels conditionally based on the fact that y'all kids are friends, and it has nothing like you don't have. You know what I'm saying? It's a fresh line to walk because you have to figure out how to make a relationship that's you guys' own and has nothing to do with the fact that your kids are friends. Like it may start from that, but then how do you cultivate that relationship further into like friendship that you want? You know what I'm saying?
Facts. And I mean, yeah, I get that. It is hard, but yeah, man, it's rough out there. Because now you've also got to be able to trust this person around your kids. And we as parents are extremely protective of our children, sometimes overprotective. I found myself to be more overprotective than probably the other way around. But yeah. Open marriage.
You want to talk about open marriage?
We should cover that. We should definitely. I take that as a suggestion. Let's talk about that. Yeah, I think that'd be a good topic. Thanks for joining us, Empress. We'll catch you on the other side. But I just find like I was just overprotective of my kids. So even when we had those parent dates or whatever, I would still be there. It wouldn't be like I just trust my kid on anybody. And I rarely ever asked people to babysit my daughter. Rarely. It was a rare occurrence. Like I had to be in a serious bind
Yeah, same here. I don't. That's why I became a stay-at-home parent, because I really didn't want to have to be, in any space where I really needed to have a babysitter or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I just
Don't trust
don't
people
want to
with my
have to deal with
kids.
it. I don't want to put that responsibility on anyone else. I know how I am about my children, so you
Yeah.
feel me?
And that's kind of where I was too. That's exactly
Yeah,
where I was. Peace
yeah.
and love, Empress. We love you
Peace and
too.
love. We love it. Yes, definitely.
Um,
um,
but yeah, so that's a difficult thing to have to deal with. I think we just start talking about ways we've been trying to meet new friends. You know what I mean? But some of my friends go all the way back. Like I've got a friend in San Francisco that I've known since I was a kid, and I can go to her house today and we'd kick it like it was old times again. It would just be the same type of stuff. And so I appreciate that. I've got other friends like that too, where I haven't seen them in a minute, like my best friend out in Texas. I haven't seen her in a minute, but when I see her, it's all love and all blessings and all a good time again. Uh, my other friend in Hawaii, my other bestie, the same thing. So I've got like friends that are spread out, and these people, except for my friend in Hawaii, I've known for years, and I'm talking 10 years plus. And so, like Empress said, yeah, my friends are ride or die from a long time ago, but we don't live in the same spaces. And so I wind up, uh, leaning on people in the family to go do stuff with me, right? Because I'll go places with my.
hey, I like doing stuff with you. Okay.
No, I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but you're not my friend. You're my
You
sister.
see what Kizzy says?
Yeah. You
Thank
know
you
why,
for
Kizzy?
supporting, Kizzy. Thanks for coming through.
Yes, thank you for joining us. And I agree with you wholeheartedly because people no longer have social skills. That's what the internet has done. The internet has taken away our ability to have social skills.
Yeah, agree.
While it's good, I think that kids should be on timers throughout the day, but that's my parenting opinion. But like, I just feel like social media has taken over the way people interact with each other.
Yeah.
One time I was doing a job interview for somebody, and this kid brought his mom because he didn't have the social skills. And I was like, so who am I hiring? You or your mama?
Wow.
Yeah. And
Wow.
obviously he didn't get the job because I'm like, is your mom going to come to work with you every day to help you with this? We work in a situation where you've got to be lively, on point, and dealing with other people in a happy way.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
So,
I just read Establishing 87's
what's up,
comment.
established?
Yeah, what's up? Thanks for coming through, bro. I was
And
wondering
that's
where
what
you
I'm
was
saying.
at. And that's what I was gonna say.
Yes, he's
It
right.
is it's everything that you said about this. This is me in a nutshell. And one of the main reasons why I suffer when it comes to like making friends, because reciprocity in relationships and equity in relationships is like
It's hard to come by. They're
paramount
like,
for me.
yeah,
And
it's
if that's
definitely.
not happening, I'm dropping you immediately.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely have had to drop people because of that, or they haven't made it past the getting to know you rounds, because I already could see like you ain't shit. Like my best friend, my very best friend, I've been friends with her since we were in 8th grade.
Yeah.
She's still my best friend. She's my sister. Like I'm talking about, I love her like she's my non-sexual soulmate. That's
Yeah.
how much I love her. Okay, so I'm fully capable of making long-lasting and healthy friendships.
Enduring friendships. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just like you said, your friendships are valuable to you. And if people don't
Facts.
understand that and don't understand how to be in relationships and don't understand reciprocity, it ain't gonna work. And a
It
lot of
never
people don't
works.
do not understand that. And I think like as adults, that's one of the hardest things, because like as a kid, you can do reciprocity, as you know what I mean? Because
It's easy.
exactly.
Let me borrow your jeans. I'll wash. Let me
Yeah.
borrow your ball, and I'll give you. What do you want to borrow of mine?
Exactly,
But
exactly.
yeah, it
Or
didn't
let's
happen that
talk,
way.
or let's play together. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. We don't play. You know what I'm saying? You get when I say we don't play, like we're not going to the, I mean, we should be playing together. A big part of friendship should be play. Us going to the park, us going roller skating, us going on a hike, us going, because I see that a lot of thriving friendships have a very good play aspect to the
Yes.
friendship. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And I think as adults, we aren't, especially in America, we aren't given the luxury of play very often. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We
let's
don't
keep,
have the time.
yeah. So and not everybody as adults, we don't all play the same way. We don't remember to access that part of us that's actually needs to play, which is our inner child. We talking about play as in some debauchery, and I'm not into the debauchery for my play or my wind down. You feel me? I want to do cool shit like indoor skydiving, go karting. Like I like shit like that. I like wild, wacky, fun stuff. I don't like. I'm not even gonna say doing hood rat shit with my friends.
No, no, I'm too old to be a hood rat.
I'm past the place of doing hood rat shit with my
Yeah,
friends.
yeah, no, I'm
I
not
get
busting no
outside.
windows, beating nobody up, or doing no crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, because with actions come consequences, and I just don't want to go to jail because they don't like me in there.
And
So
also, and I also found like another thing for me, and I'm not judging moms, that I meet. Are they are wine moms. I'm not a wine mom. You feel me? Like all of my socializing activities do not revolve around wine.
no,
But that's their way to wind down, and I get it, but it isn't me. So
it
then
is a
what am I
de-stressor.
supposed to do?
As a wino, it's a de-stressor.
I love a good wine, but it
Yeah,
isn't like
it calms you
it's
down.
not a
You let go
proponent
of the
of my
day.
socializing. That's what I mean. Like
No, and it doesn't
a
have to
lot
be
of
part of
women want to
socializing.
go to wine bars, want to go to, do stuff like there's a lot, like there's so many wine things, wine tasting, wine this, wine that, wine this, wine that, wine that. That's not all I want to do.
But you know what? So that's when you make arrangements with a person that you think is a potential friend, and you say,
That's what
okay,
I'm saying. And
this
that's
time I'll
the
do
work
this
is finding someone.
to do that with. Yeah.
Exactly.
But you may start with a wine date, honey. I mean, at least you know that's where women go, but let them know that you're also into other stuff. Like I like to go hiking. And after they suggest the wine date, maybe you say, okay, there's a great go-kart place up there in Williamsburg, and let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because I
Oh
found
yeah.
that with my sister-in-law, I was doing things that I wanted to do. And it finally came to me like maybe she doesn't want to do symphonies all the time. And maybe she doesn't want to go to plays. Like I'm a theater nut. I'm into the arts. I like good, but I like arts that include us. I like those type of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I love art that includes us. And I feel like these are young actors or these are young people just trying to get their stance in the world and they need our support. And so
Got
that's why I go and support things like that. You know what I mean?
dope. That's
Like,
dope.
and yeah, yeah. Most of my art is changed in my home. Just about every piece of art is changed in my home into something that reflects me now. And you know how empowering that was just to do that? It
Yeah.
was amazing and a whole nother conversation. But I say that to say that that's where my life is headed. I'm headed towards, I love nature walks and things like that. But yeah.
So to wrap it up,
Yes.
yes, making it friends as an adult is hard, and it's hard because there are so many components that come into play that hinder us from making friends. But the takeaway here is that you don't need to give up. That the friendship researchers talked about two things. One, making sure that we keep having this conversation about how hard it is to make friends as an adult, because you're not the only person who's struggling. You know what I'm saying? We have to now, once we acknowledge that, then it will open the door for everybody who's struggling to make friends to meet and
Yeah.
make friends. So we have to keep having this conversation. That's what this therapist, this researcher suggested. And
Okay.
then the other one was acknowledging that you're not the only person, that this is hard for everyone, and
Yeah,
giving
it's not
grace
just us.
to the people that you meet, and not just making snap judgments and cutting people off without even giving them a chance. You know what I'm saying? And then when you meet someone that you really dig, commit and grow the friendship.
Yeah. Yeah. Work
So,
on it. It's a work. It's
yeah,
like being married.
it's work.
It's work. So
It's
if you're
work.
not
But
willing to put
that's
in
what
the
we have
work,
to
don't
realize. I
try it.
think
But
that's a big thing also as adults. Like when we think about the work that goes into being in relationships, it definitely feels daunting, and we just like don't want to deal with it. So
it is.
You're gonna have to deal with it, though.
Yeah, if you want to have friends and maybe get
Exactly.
that touch stimulation.
Exactly. So this has been our show.
Whoop,
Why am I talking like that? I don't even know because I
whoop.
forgot
See,
what I
just
was
having
going
a
to
good
say.
time. That's all.
Exactly. But next week's show, I think we should talk about it a little. Okay, fine. Empress is it's a request from our community, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna talk about open marriage
Yeah.
next week.
Yep, I've
And
already written it down.
y'all ain't gonna like what I got to say, but you feel me? I'm
I'm selfish.
definitely
I can say that right now.
interested in talking about the topic. And you know me, I'm a researcher, so I'm a definitely come with a bunch of information for y'all, and we definitely gonna talk about it. And thank you once again, Establishment 87, for reminding everybody to hit the like button. Don't forget to share and don't forget to subscribe. We love you guys, and we look forward to seeing you next week. This is from me. Shalom in your heart and home, and have a beautiful week.
Y'all have a great week, y'all. Thanks for joining us again. We'll be here every Wednesday. Well, most Wednesdays. Anyway, on that note, goodbye, everybody. Enjoy your day.
Yeah.